For everyone else, from Nancy Pelosi to Barack Obama, who stabbed me in the back and pushed me out the door, for the good of the party, not the country, I'm not going to forgive you. I'm not going to forget.
Yeah, we know, Jill Biden, you pissed off. We know that you weren't going to be around holding on to all that power like you thought you was. You did everything they wanted you to, and then they turned their backs on you. And now Jill Biden is up here like,
you know how much I sacrificed? You know how much I sacrificed?
what's going on, folks? Hope you guys are all doing well. Welcome to my channel, Modern Renaissance Man. I am Ty Smith. I appreciate you guys taking time out of your day to view my content. I really do. Appreciate it very much. Make sure you don't forget to follow me on the channels you see above and below. And also, clicking this right here will allow my content to be consistently circulated to you. Do not forget to double check and make sure that you are still subscribed to the channel. Appreciate it. Let's get ready to get to it. So, folks, I told people that Joe Biden was not running the show. We know who was all running the show, pulling the strings. Joe Biden himself even knows it. His dementia made him speak out of his subconscious and stated, President Obama is a puppet master. Don't believe me? Go look it up. He said it. Anyway, look at the disgusting ways that Jill Biden came out and was talking to President Biden after he accomplished something. Like he barely got through that goddamn on debate in which Trump really didn't even annihilate him, really, in my opinion. Trump really didn't annihilate him. Biden annihilated himself. I got a huge little shout out saying thank you for your information. We considered what you said and we will send this to the president, is what I got when I said President Trump should do hardly no talking. Joe Biden indeed has dementia. It will show itself. Yes, I got a shout out from the Trump campaign. Appreciate you guys very much for that. Anyway, Biden nailed himself when he went out there and we're going to make sure we go all the possibility. Look, folks, the idea. We beat Medicare. I don't know what he said. I don't even believe he know what he said.
Continue to move until we get the total ban on the total initiative relative to what we can do with more border patrol and more asylum officers.
President Trump?
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said.
I mean, that was like a defining moment. Now, all of a sudden, the left want to, we didn't know anything was wrong with President Biden. We never knew. He looked really bad that night. It didn't look good. Perhaps something may be wrong with President Biden. Yeah, right. Y'all been knowing something was wrong with him this whole entire time. Now they want to act like, oh, this is new. It doesn't even matter. He's gone. We knew it was going to happen. We knew it was going to happen. It was a disaster. Anyway, afterwards, Jill Biden comes up.
Joe, you did such a great job. You answered every question. You knew all the... And let me ask the crowd, what did Trump do? Lie! Yes.
You did a great job, Joe. You answered all the questions. Everybody clap for Joe. And Joe Biden, I did. Come on, man. And then she turned around and said, and what did Trump do, everybody? Why? Yeah. Well, Jill Biden was holding on to all that power, getting all that limelight, showing herself sitting at the Oval Office at the desk like, we're getting prepared for the debate tonight. Wasn't expecting Barack Obama and them to turn their backs on you and all that, huh? Wasn't expecting them to say, well, we got to get that puppet out of here now, cutting strings off of it. Now she's all upset. Check it out.
What Jill said tells a lot. She says this, to those who never wavered, to those who refused to doubt, to those who always believed, my heart is full of gratitude. You know what he's saying? To Fetterman and Clyburn, who stood by me along with Christopher Coons, you guys are the ones who stood there. For everyone else, from Nancy Pelosi to Barack Obama, who stabbed me in the back and pushed me out the door, for the good of the party, not the country, I'm not going to forgive you. I'm not going to forget. So then he ran off and did his subtle shots at President Trump, as if we're going to elect the next dictator, the next Mussolini, if he's in fact elected. So the whole thing was a bit of a campaign speech because he ran through everything he says he accomplished, right, what he's about to accomplish, all of which are impossible. and then what it's going to mean if he doesn't step aside, and that the world ends, the country ends, and that's Donald Trump getting elected.
But to Lawrence's point, Lawrence, he did say last night, quote, "I promise to always level with you and tell you the truth."
And he proceeded to lie.
And you said yesterday, I guarantee he's going to say, "I'm going to pass the torch."
Right.
And we all said he's going to say it's time for fresh voices, for younger voices, because that's the message they're going with now. Donald Trump, he put on his social media platform, he said, "Barely understandable. It was so bad." And goes on to say, if Kamala lies about Biden's mental status, she will lie about everything else too. Never to be trusted.
Yeah, clearly he dropped out because the Democratic Party didn't want him anymore because he was going to drag them all down. And that's why he got
He
knifed.
couldn't win.
No, he couldn't. And the instant they went to him at 90 seconds after 8 o'clock last night, his face seemed frozen. He did not look healthy.
But Steve, I have a question for you.
I was reading some doctors analyzed he had a very low blink rate of his eyes and stuff like that. But Lawrence, to your point, we all thought he would explain why he gave it up. I lost a step or something like that. If he said that, then he would have to leave right then.
Yeah. But would he, if he did not do that debate, they would have known his condition and still would have stuck with him if he didn't do that debate. So they don't deserve praise for stepping in and saving the country. And Joe Biden doesn't deserve praise for stepping out. He had no choice, and after he got exposed, the party had no choice. Well, so there's nothing laudable about what happened.
Yeah, it's clear that they're going to keep the lie up, and
they've got to.
I think they underestimate how furious even Democrats, people that like Joe Biden, are about being lied to. I mean, I told the story about the driver the other day who's a solid Democrat that says he saw something, but he didn't know it was that bad. Someone that's been following politics for a long time, Britt Hume, had a reaction to this. He says he's never seen anything like this. Watch.
Hear the president tell it. He was fine with running for re-election, thought he could win the race and serve for 4 more years until sometime between Saturday night and Sunday morning when it dawned on him, apparently, that it was time for a new generation of leaders. There was enough mention of democracy and the sacredness of it to suggest that there was more than a little political motivation in his speech, since democracy and the salvation of it has been such a theme of his and Kamala Harris's election program. But it was quite a conversion overnight, it seems, if you believe it. I'm not sure I do. I've been doing this for well more than half a century. In terms of news, this is the most tumultuous period I could think of. And, I think when we all look back on this in the fullness of time, and perhaps with a better explanation of exactly the decision-making process the president went through, it will be seen as inevitable once that debate happened that he would have to step aside. The debate happened and everything else flowed from it except for one thing, and that was the attempted murder of Donald Trump.
After the debate, the Democrats were panicking. And Republicans were saying, this is amazing, Donald Trump's going to win. And then the Democrats chose to push him out.
Yeah.
Then they select Kamala Harris. And now they're saying, thank goodness for that debate. Because now we have a candidate that could,
while still saying that he's going to protect democracy. That's my favorite part.
Right.
You guys have had an entire process where no votes were cast for the nominee.
No primary for Kamala Harris.
No primary at all. And no votes when she ran the first time. She didn't even make it to the first primary. And you guys still want to say protect democracy? There's nothing democratic about this process.
I think he's mispronouncing it. It's not protecting democracy. He's saying protecting Democrats, ultimately. So what he did at the end was he wound up giving a non-campaign campaign speech, talking about what he's going to do over the next 6 months. Last night we saw the very beginning.
Indeed. Yep. See what I'm saying? All this fighting and everything going amongst the Democratic Party and all that within them. But it doesn't matter because they got their nominee up there who they wanted. The person that they want up there, they putting his money behind. Obama doesn't support this. They haven't came out and officially yet endorsed her. Say they was going to try to go for a different nominee. So much stuff is going on here. Trump is trying to sue them for this because President Biden funds are going to Kamala, which they shouldn't be going to Kamala Harris. Why? Because you, the people who are Democratic, you guys voted for and you put your money towards President Biden. Well, he's not going to be the president. It's going to be, in place of him, it's going to be Kamala Harris going to the presidential race, in which you guys did not send your money to. So they're trying to file with the FEC saying she can't get that money. That's not who the people donated to. And if you did donate, I hope you kept your receipts, because you may be getting your money back. Because to me, if I got a candidate that I voted for and my vote got taken from me, oh, wait a minute, hold on. We need to change something up. I don't want her. Nobody wanted Kamala Harris. Nobody wanted her. They picked her for you guys. And then y'all turn around and cry, democracy. You know what? This is so amazing to me that they were having this stuff embedded in you and trying to place it into your subconscious, crying, this is threatening your democracy, when they literally undermined it, you guys, by choosing who they want y'all to be the president for y'all on the Democratic side, and y'all didn't even choose her. But yet, Trump is a threat to the democracy. Anyway, let me know what y'all think of this right here. I'm sorry, it was supposed to be about Jill Biden. It don't matter, because they're about to be nobodies anyway. Nobody's going to care. Something's going to happen. Why try to implement the 25th Amendment so Kamala Harris can be in place right now? Because it makes no sense that President Biden is saying he's going to pass it on, and they're trying to say, hey, if you're incapable of doing your job right now, somebody else needs to step in. If you're sick and on death's bed, perhaps the 25th Amendment needs to be implemented, where we got to kick you out. But if they don't want that to happen, the only other choice is, goodbye, everybody. I'm just saying. Anyway, y'all, let me know what y'all think about all this by putting it in the comments below after this video. Please don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, to share the video. Please, please, please. If you have, and I haven't said this in a long time because I know y'all got tired of it, but I'm going to bring it back up. You guys have a cell phone. Let somebody in your contact list know about the channel. Encourage them to subscribe to the channel and check out everything I do on this channel, if you would, please. Last but not least, click that right there so that my content can be pushed out there in the YouTube algorithm, and it can consistently be recommended to you again in case you forgot to do it throughout this video. Appreciate it. I am Ty Smith, Model Renaissance Man. I hope and pray that every last one of you have food, shelter, and clothing, and most of all, I pray every last one of you guys are in great health, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. God bless you all through Jesus.